I told you right at the very beginning that we are going to, apart from the presentation, we are also going to have a small demo of the Lanquill platform, and quite relatively, it can be related with Rajata ma'am's, what Rajata ma'am was saying about being confident and trying your thing. So I think English is one of the most sought after languages these days, right, Lavanya?
Yes, definitely, Kasturi.
And Lanquill is basically, and most of us become very, shaky and less confident when it comes to speaking or writing or using English for any sort of communication for that matter. So there it is. There is Lanquill to help us out. And just in a glance, I'll give you the idea. So this is the Lanquill landing page. So where you would be able to log into our page, and because I'm a frequent user, my login ID and password is already saved here. Through this I can log in. So Lanquill basically provides us an opportunity to practice all the 6 fundamental skills of any language, and here in Lanquill we practice it for English language, which is also considered as a global language. And this is the dashboard from where you can get a fair idea about where you stand in terms of each skill, that is listening, speaking, reading, writing, grammar, as well as vocabulary. So Language kind of covers every aspect of English language, and and then it also provides you an opportunity with to practice as much as you want to in this platform. So basically you have the access to go and practice listen I mean any of the skills either from here or from the panel on the left. So I'll just show you. So here we have listening, and LSRW skills, as you all know, is very, very important when it comes to adapting any language. So here you have the option to practice. And apart from this, when you go and look into this platform, you will see that we have a lot of insights. We have a lot of best practices given to you to improve any skill that you want, and then how the skill is helpful, each individual skill, how they are helpful to you, how they will be able to improve your language skills, help you in the long run. Everything is given here. So from here you can go, and this is basically the graph which shows where I stand in terms of my practice, or where I stand in terms of when it comes to listening. So and then you can go and practice from here. So we have n number of content in each module, and for the listening, it works like this: that you will have an audio script, which will be, once you play the button, it will start playing. And then based on the length of the audio script, a particular time has been allotted for each audio script, and you will be presented with few questions which you need to answer within that allotted time, and then submit it. So basically the submit button is grayed out because I haven't answered any of these questions, but as soon as I answer, uh, I think the submit button will be enabled. So that is how you submit. Because I have randomly answered, you can see that I have got a miserable score of 50%. So basically here what you can do is you can also go and try the same audio script if you want, or else you can try a new audio. And as I said, we have an enormous corpus of content which you can practice at your own free time or free will. Then we have the speaking. So speaking is quite interesting because in speaking you would get a script again which you need to read out. So before you read out, you have to hit the start recording button. You have to allow your microphone and then maybe read it out. Like, just for example, the strange exoplanet was first discovered in 2013 with the Magellan telescopes at the Las Campanas Observatory in Chile's Atacama Desert. Then you can stop it, and you can see that I have scored 46. So basically in speaking, there is one more very interesting option where you can create your own script. Of course, Lanquill offers a lot of scripts, but in case if you are more interested to, draft a script of your own and then maybe practice it, you can as well do that. So basically speaking is evaluated in terms of how you pronounce, how well your dialect is, what is your voice modulation. Every aspect of speaking is considered, and then a score is given to you. But and speaking doesn't have any allotted time, but apart from listening and reading, it's kind of a similar module. So reading is very much what we have already practiced when we were young. So you can see there is a passage, there is an allotted time, and again there are questions based on the passage which you need to answer and then submit it. So until and unless you answer all the questions, the submit button won't be enabled. Due to the constraint of time, I'm not able to go that details into it. And then comes the writing, which is really really interesting in Lanquill platform. And if you I mean, I guess most of us struggle when it comes to writing, right, Lavanya? Because speaking is something we all can master over time, but writing is something which really needs a lot of accuracy, a lot of construct everything. So probably from there, writing is something that needs to be practiced. Yes, Lavanya?
Yes, definitely. I agree with you, Kasturi. It's indeed a very important tool that has been enabled by Lanquill platform.
Lanquill. So,
Yes.
just but to give you a short glimpse of that, so in writing we have multiple options to write. Like like for our students or users, sometimes we write something, and then maybe we want to proofread it. We want to check it for if it is so correct or not. So we have the upload button, and I can show you that how it works. Just spare me few minutes. So I have uploaded a ready document that I already had with me. And so basically because I was in a hurry, I kind of missed out informing you that Lanquill is an online language lab, and it works on it is an AI supported language lab. And this writing skill, it works on the real time analysis. So as and when you write or you upload, the analysis takes place, and you are presented with all the errors that are there in your document. So like you can see here that all the errors that my document has is here. And so it highlights in terms of grammar. There are three major categories under which the errors whatever is committed are highlighted. That is basically, the first thing is grammar, then the next thing is vocabulary, and the third one is style. So if you can see that I have all, and based on this, based on the number of errors, there is something called as document quality. So what exactly is the document quality? Because the document quality is affected by the number of errors. So based on if I make the changes whatever Lanquill is suggesting, and the document quality keeps on changing. And another very very interesting feature that Lanquill has here is, sometimes it so happens that we are not very conversant in English, we are not very thorough with English. So what happens is we don't understand. Like if I tell you that Lanquill not only gives you the errors that you have committed, but it also gives you an explanation that why exactly the error. So it says that the spelling is not in agreement with the verb. So this is basically a grammatical error in the category of subject verb agreement, which is very very important when it comes to English grammar. So basically now what happens, suppose I am not too good in English, I don't understand this suggestion, I am not able to understand why this is an error. So Lanquill provides you with a native language support. So we have native language support for almost 5 to 6 languages, which includes Kannada, Hindi, Bangla, Gujarati, and Telugu. But we are also constantly working on enhancing it and making it available in all the other languages as well. So if I don't understand English, it is never a concern. I can as well see it, because my mother tongue is Bengali. I can see it in Bengali as well and understand it really well. So, and also we have now suppose here the corrections are done and you are worried that okay, why here I have made the correction, but how do I get the corrected document? So for that you have the option to download the document as well as the report. Now suppose I have analyzed it and I don't have much time to go through all the errors that are there in the document. For that I can download the report, and even in the report you have an option to download the report in your native language. If you want, you can download it in your native language, or else you can as well download it in English. And once the correction is all made, the corrections are all done, you can also download the corrected or rectified document from Lanquill. I think it is taking a bit of time. All right. So this is what, and again, whatever number of documents we have analyzed in the past, that can be that are all stored here. So you can also come here and check. We have the option to add your words, because sometimes what happens, we use words which are very very region centric, or maybe like now and like names. So Lanquill can show it as an error, but once you add those words to your dictionary, from the next time onwards when you use those words, they will never be highlighted as a mistake. And like I told you that there is the upload option, but there is also an option to write. If you really want to write something rather than upload, you can go and write directly on the editor and get it analyzed in the same way how it is done when you are uploading a document. Also, we have the option to speak and learn. Like when you speak, the entire thing gets typed here and then you can analyze it. And so going forward, we also have questions. We have n number of questions when it comes to grammar and vocabulary. If you think you are quite weak and you need to brush up your grammar skills, you need to brush up your vocabulary skills, you can as well do that by taking the quiz. So there would be questions and you have to answer them, and at the end of answering you would get the correct answers as well. If your answers are correct, you will get them. If your answers are incorrect, you will also get the correct answers for each and every question. One more feature that Lanquill has is of course the certification. So certification is basically we offer 7 levels of certification, starting from the very basic or elementary level of English to the advanced and the proficient level. So of course you have to start from the very basic level, because I have done it. I am already at level 7. So it and in certification you need to answer, I mean, all the 6 modules. You have to attempt all the 6 modules. It is not so. Basically, it helps you in improvement of the language as a whole, not only one particular skill, but the entire language as a whole. So, and here also there is one more interesting thing is that it's not only that we have if you, it all depends on your confidence. If you think that you are a pro and you can go and ace the certification at the very first chance, you can directly go and start taking the certification. But in case if you think no, I need some more practice and before I take the certification, then we also provide you with the opportunity to practice any of the 6 modules as many times as you want. There is no limitation on the number of on the usage of the Lanquill platform. You can use it as many times as you want. So basically, certification is very, very important, and that is something I think we should all attempt in order to improve our language skills. So coming from there, sometimes what happens, it is not only the certification or the knowing the what went wrong, but also sometimes many of us are interested in learning. So we have the learning center or the library. This is adaptive in nature. It is not the same for everyone. Based on what your requirement is, you can go and learn. So basically here we have an array of topics, whichever you feel that okay, I am not good at this and I need to improve. Because if you all might agree with me that most of the times we have a lot of problem when it comes to tenses and subject verb agreement. So if you think no, I'm good at tenses but I need some improvement with the voice, then maybe you can directly go to this particular topic. You can, there is a detailed explanation on the topic, you can read it in case you want to assess yourself that how far you have understood, how far I have understood the concepts. You can also go and take a customized assessment from here, which is based on only this topic. And there is one more pointer I would like to add here. We also have the voiceovers here in case we do not have time to read and go through the entire content. We can play the voiceover and listen to it. The same content what we have here will be played out for you. So another fact that I would like to inform here is that Lanquill, every content in Lanquill as well as the certification, everything is mapped to the CEFR. So in case you all might know that CEFR is the common framework, common European framework of English language. So basically, nothing is just randomly put here, but it is all very well mapped to the CEFR standards. Like they have 6 levels, and all our 7 levels of certification is equally mapped to them. I think Lavanya, that was more because of the time constraint. I could only give you a bird's eye view over here, but there is a lot more to Lanquill, and if anybody is interested, they can really go through Lanquill and see for themselves what all provisions or opportunities are there to improve their English language skills here.
Yes, definitely, Kastur. That was indeed a wonderful explanation from your side. And yes, any questions from our guest?
If
You
you
can
have
just
any questions, please do drop in the chat box, and I would also give you our mail IDs for
mail
in
ID.
case you
Sure.
want to correspond with us later.